Hello, friends. Happy holidays from Salem Public Library in Salem, Ohio. I'm Miss Renee, and this is Holiday Bedtime Stories. And our story for tonight is a Hanukkah story called The Littlest Candle. And it is by maybe Rabbis, I'm not sure, Carrie and Jesse Olitsky, and illustrated by Jen Kostman. I think I probably just said their names very wrong, and I apologize for that, because nobody likes to mess up names. And it is published by Calianot Books. Okay. This book is brand new. I think I'm the only person that's read this copy, so it doesn't necessarily want to stay open very well yet. This is The Littlest Candle, a Hanukkah story. Inside a small house, inside a small drawer, lived a group of candles. One December evening, the candles peeked out of their drawer and shouted for joy. The sun was beginning to set. It was almost Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, said Waxy, the wisest of the candles. It's time for our favorite holiday. For 8 nights, our flames take center stage, and we get a chance to shine. And all the candles began chattering. Now, Waxy added, we have to decide which of us will be lit on the first night. Ooh, that's a pretty big deal. There's 8 nights of Hanukkah, so who gets to be lit on night number 1? Little Flicker, the smallest of the candles, sat quietly listening from the corner. He didn't like to stand out and be the center of attention. He knew he could never compete with the taller candles. Even if he raised his hand, his wick wasn't high enough to be seen. Hanukkah celebrates the victory of the tiny Jewish army led by the Maccabees over the giant Assyrian Greek army. A victory for the underdog, Waxy continued. When the Maccabees reclaimed the temple in Jerusalem, they wanted to light the menorah that was inside. There was only enough oil for 1 day, Little Flicker added quietly, but the menorah burned brightly for 8 days. That's right, Waxy said. In olden days, we used oil. Today, we usually light candles on this holiday to bring light into the world and to celebrate the miracle of the Maccabees. Hanukkah is a reminder that sometimes, even when you are small, you are still capable of miracles. Flicker smiled from his place at the back of the drawer. Waxy remembered how the small candle always volunteered to clean up the corners of the drawer where the larger candles couldn't reach. Little Flicker might be small, but he certainly had a big heart, and that's important. As the candles talked over each other, trying to prove that they were the best, Sparky and Sparkle took a step forward. The twins were always lit together every week to welcome in Shabbat and took their job very seriously. Sparky always made sure to remember the time so the candles were ready exactly at sunset on Friday. And Sparkle made sure to protect the peace during the ceremony so the calm of Shabbat could settle over all who celebrated. We are the Shabbat candles, they said in unison. Every week we are the first to welcome Shabbat on Friday night. We should also be the first to welcome Hanukkah. Great idea, Little Flicker called out from the back of the drawer. They deserve it. They know how it's done. Smokey looked down at Little Flicker as the small candle spoke. He remembered that Little Flicker often waited until all the other candles had eaten to be sure there was enough for everyone. First doesn't always mean best, thought Smokey. This Little Flicker, he sounds like a pretty nice guy. Don't be silly, Mrs. Wicks. The tall, twisted candle stepped forward. I am the Havdalah candle, she said, trying to make her voice sound very important. I am lit every Saturday night to end Shabbat. My strong, bright light helps carry the joy of Shabbat into the rest of the week. Ooh, she is a fancy candle, isn't she? She brushed back the wicks on her head as she continued. My flames are so strong because I am actually 3 braided candles. I am the strongest, so I should be the first candle lit in the menorah, Ms. Wicks demanded. The Havdalah candle makes a good point, Little Flicker agreed. She's like all the flames of the menorah in one single candle. She is strong. and would make a good choice. But sometimes that strength can be dangerous, thought Blaze. He remembered the time Mrs. Wick's flames were so big they almost got out of control. Uh-oh. Little Flicker had alerted everyone to the danger. Thank goodness for his quick thinking. Waxy tried to restore order. Listen up, he said. If we cannot agree on a candle to be lit first, then maybe we should all be lit at the same time. But that's not how it's done, said Little Flicker. We start with one candle and then add another candle each night because the great rabbis have taught us that the light in the world should only grow brighter. I think it's a really nice lesson to make the light in the world grow brighter. That's true, Waxy said. Who said that? He asked, looking around at all the candles. Not a single one raised their wicks. Who said that? He asked again. It was me, Little Flicker said. All eyes turned to the back of the drawer, to the tiny torch in the corner. You are absolutely correct, Little Flicker, Waxy said. Maybe you should be the first night's candle. Oh, no, he quickly responded. There are plenty of better candles than me, like Sparky and Sparkle or Miss Wicks. Smoky is older and Blaze's flames are brighter. Twinkle and Glow burn so beautifully. Really, anyone is better than me, he insisted. Yeah, the candles exclaimed. Pick me, one called out again. No, me, another yelled. Waxy thought about it for a second. Maybe Little Flicker was right. Maybe I should find someone else to be Hanukkah's first night candle. But I also need a candle to be my helper. I need a helper, a shamash, Waxy explained. I need a special candle to help me light all the other candles. Little Flicker, you think about others first. You support the other candles. You encourage them to go ahead of you. So I need you, Little Flicker, to help me, to be my helper. Candle, Waxy decided. There was a gasp in the drawer. The candles looked at each other embarrassed. They were so worried about who was going to be the first night's candle, they hadn't even thought about helping each other. Little Flicker, whose flames barely glistened, should be the shamash, the helper candle. All the candles were silent as the drawer opened wide, and they heard a voice say, "Let's get our shamash candle." As if they were one, all the candles pushed Little Flicker forward. They wanted Little Flicker to be on the highest place in the menorah. And he was. There he is, sitting up on the top. All of a sudden, Little Flicker wasn't so little. He was taller than all the other candles. He smiled brightly because he knew he was there to help. And that was the most important way to bring more light to Hanukkah. Oh, goodness. Looks like the family has all arrived to celebrate now. Oh, that's the end. All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed The Littlest Candle, and I hope I didn't butcher the Hebrew too badly. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Have a great evening. I love you. I miss you. Bye.